All right, well, let's see. I've moved on with the, this is the side dump, bucket project. I've taken the cylinder apart. Everything else seems to check out. I checked the hinge part on the bucket. That seems to be okay. Again, they just want to patch the floor. I guess I'll try to show you more on that as I do it. But now what I'm up to is, again, I took the cylinder apart, and the rod is good except for where I showed you initially here, which was these spots in here. So what I did, it is a chromed rod, unfortunately, and it would be quite an expense. It'd be $500 or more to make a new rod. I can make a regular ground and polish rod. I can't make a chrome rod. So they asked if there's any way it would be all right so what I did was you can see, let's see, here we go. I took it, I set it up in the lathe. I put a center in it, and and I held it on this side, and I in the chuck with just some aluminum padding, and I did my best. What I did was I polished it all as best I could, and we're going to try it. We're going to try it that way. So that takes care of that. I got a bearing coming for this, this spherical bearing. I've got one of those coming. Ordered that. And then down here, I've got the barrel set up in the milling machine for boring on the end. The barrel itself, it wound up the cylinder inside. Let's see, can I do this? Let's see, let me try to get you a shot inside the barrel here. Alright, let's shine a light in here maybe. There we go. The barrel is good, except for a piece of leaf that's stuck in there. It's good, no scarring or anything like that. It looks pretty good, cleaned up all right. The seals, the seal kit, wipers and all of that, not available from the deal. Nothing. I talked to JRB. Nothing is available. It's too old. I think they said it's from like around 1990 or something, so that's too old to have anything available. Nothing is available. In fact, you can see I even went through the effort here. They said, well, if you give us the number off the barrel, we should be able to get you a seal kit. No, nothing. So it was off to the hydraulic shop and and matching up the seals and the wipers and everything, piece for piece. I gave them this number. They said no good. So what I'm on to now is, because this was, I don't remember if I showed you this or not, but you saw the pins as they came out. This was absolutely terrible. It had, with the rust, the corrosion growth and everything, as you can see, even on here, it's all pitted. I had to, hit it, with the needle flaker and everything just to get this thing, get down to some metal. So where I'm at now, due to that, there was no way to indicate it or anything like that. There was just, there's no good consistent surface in here. So essentially what I had to do was I kind of had to feel my way around this thing. Let me put the light on again. I kind of had to feel my way around this thing, with a boring bar. You can see I've just got it to the point now, except for one little area right. Whoop! Yeah, put the camera on there, Mike. Duh. Except for one little area. Let's see. Can I zoom in? Except for one small area right in here. You can see. Let's see. I've got a complete, just coming into the point where I've got a complete cleaning going on here. It starts about here and it clocks all the way around to about here. So that divot, that really bad, that's where the grease fitting goes in over here. I guess you can see that. So I guess I'm going to be satisfied with that as my location. Like I said, it was just, I couldn't think of a way to indicate it, and even to make a spud and to put a spud to get me close in there wouldn't, you know, the benefit of that would have been minimal. So essentially it was just kind of hunt and peck my way through. But I think I've got it to the point now, like I say, where I've got a pretty much a complete cleaning cut except for right in this little area. And I'm thinking that's probably where there would be wear anyway, because that's the point. Don't forget, this thing is on a slight angle, you know, slight diagonal angle as you see it set up on the table. So that's where the pin would be exerting the force. So again, I'm going to be happy with what I've got here. So the plan is I'm going to naturally bore this out and bush it. It's 2-inch pin, so I guess, I don't know, I don't see any reason I can't make 1/4-inch wall here, so on my bushing. So I'm going to shoot for, you know, 2.5, give or take, you know, again, no big deal. Poetic license, I guess, is fully in play here, since I'm going to be, you know, making the bushing and doing the boring and everything. So that's what we're going for. Not sure what material I'm going to use yet. Since this is steel, I don't know. I'm thinking I might just make a steel bushing, to be honest with you. There was no kind of wear, you know, bronze or plastic or anything like that in there. So I think I'm just gonna put. I'm just gonna bore it, and I'm not gonna weld anything. I'm gonna make it a press in, you know, just a relatively tight press. So I think I'm just gonna make a steel bushing. I don't see any reason to use bronze or anything for this. Again, if they're saying this thing is so old, you know, what's the continued life expectancy going to be? Another few years or what? I don't know. But I think, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm thinking I'll sleep on it, but I'm probably going to just make a steel bushing and press a steel bushing in there, and you know, I'll drill it for the grease fitting so that can, you know, that can come through again. So that's where I'm at. I'll bring you back as I go, but yeah, I just figured I'd clue you in. That's where I'm at now. So I'm going to just, essentially now, I guess the boring will begin, because, you know, again, I've just got it to the point where I'm, you know, I'm just getting a cleaning area going here. So I guess now, like I say, the boring can begin. So that's a little update on the side dump bucket project, and I'll bring you back as I go. Alright, well, we're just about done with our boring here. This is a 2500 exactly, and it's just, it's not quite a go. It's not critical. I guess I'll just take another pass. Let's see, my finish is fine. It's no big deal. Again, I can make it whatever the hell I want, because it's, you know, I'm gonna turn the bushing on the lathe, but yeah, I'll just make one more cleanup pass, because I'm just under now. I'm probably 2499, I guess. So yeah, we'll make one more. Yeah, it's just a little too tight. So I'll make one more pass. Doesn't matter if it's over. And then that's it. Then that'll take care of that. I'll just, you know, chamfer it a little bit, probably by hand. And then I'll come over to the lathe and turn a bushing and, you know, drill it for that's the grease access hole there. Get that all cleaned out, actually, because that's all hard mud in there. So yeah, I'll, one more pass, clean it up. Bring it right up to 2.5, or it might be just, again, just a skosh over, and then we'll turn a bushing and drill it and squeeze it in there. So I'll bring you back. So that's it. This is going to be our last pass. Again, I've dialed in. I dialed in like 1,000th or so, but it's no big deal. So that should put me maybe 1 over, 2 over. Which should be fine. So that's it. Just, you know, you can see we're just kind of taking a very, very light cleaning cut. And again, it's just not that important, because I'm going to make the bushing, so it's no problem. And there's plenty of meat here on this piece, so it's no big deal. Because again, I want, that type of thing, I want the bushing to have at least, you know, at least a 1/4-inch wall on it. So you know, that's why you know, I want to make them, you know, that's why I'm boring it out as much as I am. And there's plenty of room there. So anyway, so this will be the last pass, and I guess that'll be it. I'll bring you back as I make the bushing. Okay, so that's it. Again, there's our last pass. Very reasonable finish. Kind of hard to do this left-handed, but there we go. All right, so that's good. And then where do we wind up here? Let's see. Can I zoom in? I think we wind up right around 501, right? Let's see. Oh, there we go. Yeah, 501. Yeah. So that's good. That should be just fine. So like I say, that'll be it now. We're going to be on to this is done, and I'll be on to making the bushing in the lathe now. I'll bring you back. Okay. Sorry, I forgot to take any shots of me making the bushing in the lathe, but I don't think that's really a big deal, right? How many bushings have you seen made in the lathe? What I'm up to now is here's my bushing, all done. I've got that completely turned now, and I got a hole drilled in here because naturally I want to line that up with my grease hole there. So I'm set up in the press here, and I'm going to take this naturally, and I'm going to press this into here. I've got it set. It's a pretty tight press. I've got it almost 3,000, so I've got a pretty good lead on it here, though. And you can see I always, you know, I put one side a little bit bigger lead than the other, and that's why I put arrows on there. I'm just gonna clean this up. I will use on this. I'll use a little bit of Loctite. I think it's a good idea on this. You know, a regular press fit Loctite. Forgot what the heck the number is, 609 or something. It's one of the green ones. So let me get this cleaned up a little bit, and just wipe this out with a little carb cleaner or lacquer thinner or something, and then I'll get that all set, and I'll press it in. You know, maybe I can set this up, and you can watch me do that at least. Let's see. Yes, I was right. It's Loctite number 609. Let me zoom in here. You can see it says press fit over here. Yeah, there you go. It says for press fit. It's like I said, it's one of the green ones. I use this when when I'm pressing something in, that I want to stand on its own, But make sure it helps. I guess it helps a little bit. I don't know. I do it. So what the heck? I'll like I said, I'm going to just get this cleaned up a little bit now. Just wipe it down a little lacquer thinner or something, and then I'll put a little bit of the Loctite on, and like I said, I could probably set this up and press this together. All right, I'm all set up. I got everything pretty well lined up, cleaned. Put some Loctite on there. My press is a little bit loud. I don't know. Well, not much to hear anyway, but I don't know how much you're going to hear of me. But I don't think I'll really be talking. But I'm just going to essentially start the press up, press it in. That's about it. Hopefully my dopey arm won't be blocking the shot anyway, but we'll see. Okay, here we are all pressed in. This is 2 inches thick, but due to the erosion, it's not anymore. You can see, let me see if I zoom, yeah, you can see how much erosion. So when I pressed it, when you watched me press it, it went through. I don't want to have to move it again because I'm only, I'm doing this one-handed, but essentially I pressed it so, and it came through a little bit too much on the other side. So what you saw me do was actually take it and turn it over. But then when I turned it over, naturally this fitting was in the way of the the beam of the press, so then I had to block it up with this. But now we're good. And you can see everything's good here. Everything, the grease hole lines up and everything. And what I do is I split the difference of overhang sticking out here, and then a little bit on the bottom side. You can see I just it should be equidistant now, the bushing, which is fine because it's intended to be 2 inches. The bushing, I made the bushing at 2 inches. I guess I wasn't really thinking about all the the amount of erosion that had happened to this thing. So we're good. So, and again, it went in nice tight press fit, and I checked. I have a piece of 2 inch, I checked everything still goes here good. Because I allowed like 8,000 here when I made it. Because again, I don't want to fight with this stuff going back together. I really don't. So I always allow plenty, considering I'm going to have a, for my press, however much press. And again, I was upwards of, I was probably upwards of 3 thousandths on the press on this, which is fine. Again, I want a nice tight press fit on most of the stuff that I'm doing here. I mean, it's 2.5 inch bushing anyway, so that's, not, I don't think that's overly excessive anyway. But so anyway, so that's, so that part is done. So I guess that's going to conclude, we'll call this part 2, I guess, of the side dump. I guess now I'll put the cylinder, together. I was able to get the stuff. I had to go to the hydraulic shop. I got, piecemeal. I wasn't able to get a whole kit, naturally. They tell me this is too old, the bucket. But I went to the hydraulic shop. I was able to get piecemeal, seals, wipers, the whole deal. So that's that. I haven't gotten, it's on order, hasn't come in yet. This is going to have to be changed, this spherical bearing in the end of the rod. I guess I don't remember. I clean this up as best I can on the rod. So I'll try to get some of me putting this back together. Perhaps tomorrow or something I'll be able to do that. If the phone doesn't ring and a road job doesn't come in or something like that. It's been pretty busy for me lately, kind of. So yeah, it's get in here when I can and do what I can. And especially now the temperature's starting to change. Like today was, never come out of the, mid 40s, mid to low 40s today. So it's okay. So anyway, we're going to call this part 2 of the side dump bucket, and we'll wrap that up for now. So until next time, I'll see you. And remember, as some famous guy once said, everybody polka.